Hey guys, my name is Simpzy. How are you all doing? Welcome back to some more Total War Rome 2 here today on the channel. We're back on DEI. We're playing Caesar and Gaul. We're playing as Julius Caesar. This is episode 3. In today's episode, we're going to be declaring war upon the Arverni, and we're going to be hunting down the dog, Vercingetorix. So if you like the sound of that, feel free to leave the video a like, subscribe if you're new around here with notifications on, and let me know in the comments feedback and suggestions for the series thus far. If you're not enjoying it, feel free to leave a dislike. If you want more episodes, simply support the series. So guys, we currently have Gaius Julius Caesar with a full stack here on the border of Gaul. A lot of 4 units of cavalry. Most of my army is made up of Marian veteran legionaries and just some default Marian legionaries. We got some Cretan archers as well, along with some Balearic slingers as well. We have Mark Antony with another full stack commanding Lego 2. And we have Legion 3 here further back. Oh no, Mark Antony's actually further back here. This is Brutus. Brutus is actually on the border with me here. So we have 3 full stacks. In the last episode, we managed to take Massalia for Rome. The episode before that, we managed to take out the Helvetii and Octodoron. So we've got a nice sort of buffer zone here in Italy with 4 regions. Our territory in the Alps in Octodoron. Further in the south, we've taken Massalia and opened up the crucial trade lanes for Rome. It's a really good base of operations. Once we took Massalia, we were able to push against some smaller Gallic tribes here and unify the entire region of Narbo, taking Tolosa. Now with full 3 stacks, we can now push upon the Arverni Gauls and push further north for the glory of Rome. We have some loose non-aggression pacts with some of the Celt-Iberian factions that have pushed over the Pyrenees here, but there are a lot of Celtic Gauls that despise us. Can't even say his name properly now. Vercingetorix is first on that list. We're going to be hopefully trying to kill the king and take him out here today. They have 4 regions right up through Gaul. We don't want them to unify. We can't allow them to do that. So looking at what the Arverni have to offer, they do have a vassal kingdom in the Allobros here, which we're going to have to keep an eye on. I might just straight up join a war, because they are at war with the Carnutes and they are at war with the Santones, I think that's how you say that. So which one's bigger, Santones or Carnutes? Carnutes slightly, Santon's border. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to join your war against the Arverni. You'll give me non-aggression pact? No. Potentially getting a nice little non-aggression buffer would be a good idea. But giving me 1800, that would be perfect. So we'll try and just move around that puppet state and try and cheese it if we can, because we don't want another full stack if we don't have to deal with it. Alrighty, so over the last couple of turns, I had my spy move throughout Nemo and trying to find Vercingetorix. Now, he is here somewhere. We can see 2 full stacks. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to allow Brutus to push further north in Gaul, and we'll see if we can find the king. We'll keep... yeah, there he is. We'll keep Caesar ready to hit the siege if we need to. Yeah, there he is. Vercingetorix, the man, the myth, the legend, the thunderbolts of Tyrannus. Alright, we're going to have to go out and push against him then. Are we in striking range? Potentially. Okay, so we'll try and push you up as far as you can. And unfortunately, Mark Antony is a little bit further behind. Alright, so let's let Caesar attack Vercingetorix on the field of battle. They've pushed even further back now, and we are still in a strong position regardless. So we're going to have to end the turn. I wonder if we'll be able to draw them out into the pass. Avaricon, the famous siege, of course, is actually under the control of the Carnutes. So, unfortunately for the Gauls, they are a little bit on the back foot here. Alright, let's end the turn and continue. Oh, we have an unassigned skill here with one of my armies. Legion here. So, yeah, look, you kind of want to have a couple of economic-based legions. that are situated for garrison support, more or less. Now, we've got Mark Antony in this series. I wonder if we can get Octavian. Is there an event where Octavian gets on his horse and comes to Gaul? I'm not entirely sure. I wonder if he's traveling with legionary Titus Pullo. But regardless, guys, the Gauls are coming out for us here in the field of battle. We've got to chuck a save. Good, just make sure the game doesn't crash. Alrighty, Vercingetorix has charged Gaius Julius Caesar on the road. Vercingetorix is a 5-star Gaulish commander. Let's have a look what he's working with. Heavier swordsman there. He's even got some lighter ones. Not too many slingers and cavalry, which is good. He does have some smaller archers here as well. So we currently have Gaius Julius Caesar, and we've got... oh no, this is Secundus Regulus. I'm not sure where Brutus was. I thought that was Brutus. Oh, Brutus should be commanding this army. Oh well, no matter. Gaius Julius Caesar is going to be fighting this one. So looking at the odds, we have 7,200 Romans to 10,000 Gauls. This is nearly a 20,000 man battle. 17 to be exact. Let's fight this one on the field for the glory of Rome. If we can defeat Vercingetorix here today, it is going to be a massive, massive bonus for the Gaulish campaign. The main objective of this series is to bring Gaul under Roman occupation and try and kill the 3 kings in this campaign, the 3 major king factions. So we want to try and get rid of Vercingetorix of the Gauls and Arverni. We want to get rid of Boganatus of the Nervii, and we also want to take out the Swabian king Ariovistus as well. Now, generals in this campaign can not be killed, they only can be mortally wounded, the faction leaders. So Caesar can't die, neither can Vercingetorix. However, if you do kill them, I believe it's 2-3 times, they get a lot of bad traits and they get like sort of mortally wounded. So for example, if we lose this battle, Caesar gets pushed all the way back to like Italy and loses like 3-4 battles consecutively. He's going to be a battle scarred, poorly affected general. Like, he can't survive that many near misses. Might have an arm missing and one eye maybe. So that's what I like to think. So let's fight the Gauls here today. So let's see what we're working with. Okay, so my reinforcements are coming from behind. We definitely need to get that. We want to try and fight them in the field, in an open field, to be specific. We don't want to sort of, I'm just sort of scouting the terrain. I'm just sort of saying if there was a massive high ground position, we potentially could take that. Okay, so Caesar's legion here, battle hardened, keen and ready to go. So let's make a simple front line here, and we'll move our cohort prima. So should we put our veterans on the flank? They have a slight morale buff. I think we're going to have to do that. So we want to try and drag our men into the clearing. We want to be fighting there. So let's move you down further here. And we'll try and make something like this. So try and centralize it as best as we can. Right, you try and hold this. And you try and hold that. And then the reinforcing army can come there. So let's make a classic, good old Simpzy noob box. Army build wise, with the occupation of Narbo, we have been able to bring in some additional skirmishes. So let's now quickly go. Let's continue with flammable. I think we'll keep that default for now. Alrighty, so let's move you, say with the larger army. Want that to rain fire and death upon the enemy. Let's keep my baggage train here as well. They'll get a nice little buff. And we'll keep Caesar centrally here as well. Ballista! What should I do with you? Maybe pulling you here somewhere? No, there's not much of a clearing, is it? We want to try and nearly just chuck him in the center, to be perfectly honest. Because we want to try and get a nice lot of flat terrain and just sort of start absolutely raining fire and death upon them. Yeah, there's just the way the hills are developing here. There's a slight little bump in the ridge line. So if we are going to do it, we have to do it like centrally here, say. And what we'll do slightly is draw back the army. I think this is the best way to sort of optimize the ballista. because you can nearly wipe out a full unit if you're ready. Alright, it does take a little bit of micromanaging, but that's fine. So you can hold... The baggage train can sit like here, and we'll move Caesar here as well. So nothing too fancy. Cavalry on the left and right, we probably can move out as well. So here we have Caesar's Equites, Legionary Cavalry, Veteran Legionaries on the left and right flank, Ballista here, and then Marian Reform Legionaries in the center. Cretan Archers and Balearic Slingers further at the back, along with a unit of Ballista further at the front. And then we have the reinforcing army here with Secundus. Alright, let's start the battle and meet them on the field. So maybe even pulling my cavalry slightly further back here, because we don't want to get flanked, that's the main thing. But we want to sort of posture and have a good presence here on our left and right flank. Alright, so... my other general's coming in here now, so let's move Caesar here, Seymour, move you here, and we'll move our other commander here as well. So let's try and get these guys as quick as possible and as close to the front. And here already we have a quick little look at the goals. So we've got some lighter militia on the far right, along with some heavier variant goals as well. Alright, so it does look like they're going to allow my reinforcing army to come in here quick, fast. Quickly, men. Double time. Rotate. For Caesar. Look, he's at the front line. Push, men. Alright, so we just need to quickly reform up. And essentially, we could make a second rung if we want to. We'll see how we go. So it does look like the goals are sitting back here for now. That's definitely something that we can work with. If they're just going to sit back idly by like that. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll essentially grab... we want to try and make this impenetrable, so let's go with like a 4 there. And let's make a 4 rung here as well. And if we can get all this to essentially... yeah, maybe even just get over the front line. Because if we can hold this front here, that would be magnificent. Like, try and go in with that. We are going to have to move back my archers furthermore, though. And we'll try and move you like here, because we want to try and keep a strong presence there. So we're all now moving into a better quality position. We've even got another baggage train unit here. Like, pull up here. Pull up there and allow the baggage train to sort of go there. We've even got some of our own archers here. Yeah, so maybe... move up slightly. Okay. Alright. Additional cavalry. We can fill in the flanks as well. Alright. I don't know what they're doing, but they just seem to be sitting really quiet. Lackadaisically at the back. Alright. You will win if the timer runs out. Well, we're going to quickly speed things up and allow my men to get into a better position. Alright. Because at the end of the day, we're in no real rush. Oh, they seem to be moving and rotating now on their far flank. That's alright. Once my men get into a better quality position, we'll be laughing. Okay, they seem to be pushing up, so you'd imagine they'd be there as well. Yeah, we can see them on the left-hand side here now. We are outnumbered slightly by about... oh, here we go. By about 3,000. And we're already getting some small peppering shots off. Yes, and we can see they're centered now. Alright, is this now firing at will? Just for my own curiosity, if anything. I wonder if those have really overextended. Okay, my ballista are now firing, so we're going to have to get our own shots here before they get way too close. Maybe try and hit... yeah, this is going to be a tough one, because the way they're moving... yeah, they're going to get way too close to me here. And the unit I want to try and hit is this. Bring them down, lads. They're not clustering up either. Quickly now. Okay, just because of the fire rate there is so important. Right, so, a couple of things to deal with now. It's just so effective, like getting that manual fire off if you can. Alright, try and hit this, but then you don't see what's happening on your flanks. So, we are being flanked here quite effectively. So what I'm going to do is I'm quickly going to pull my cavalry this way. I reckon we can try and hit this missile cav unit. Yeah, this is cavalry units here. We can definitely try and deal with that. Trying to think, because you're actually quite large. Like, if you can move there, that would be more beneficial. And then we'll try and rotate you like that. Because that would be ideal. Because we want to try and... yeah, we want to try and get optimal shots with the ballista. Yeah, look at this, we're about to probably rout them there, and they haven't even made it close. Oh, only 2 poor bastards made it there. Alright. Yeah, it's just so micro heavy having these ballistas in such an important and crucial battle. So unfortunately, we're probably just going to have to withdraw them there for now. And we'll quickly move up the Romans to this position. Alrighty, so this is fine here. We're sitting here okay. God, they're actually flanking me so hard here. I want them to commit and sort of go on a flank, but it doesn't seem to be working like that. Alright, let's try and push for this. You try and go for this cavalry. Maybe try and even bait them in somehow. You want to try and go after something like this. Alright, what's happening over here? Alright. So, we're basically just trying to skirmish out what we can. My Balearic slingers and archers are doing well. And what should we get these guys to target? Just basically whatever sort of comes out of the woodwork there. They've smashed my left flank there, so we need to quickly get my cavalry to run down and deal with them. Oh, a unit of cavalry has actually hit me there. Hold this there, continue to skirmish it out. Alright, they seem to be hitting across the front legion like water on a rock. Alright, you need to be hitting somewhere like this ballista. I know you can just like start peppering in that. That's what you need to be doing. You need to be hitting this stuff real close. There we go. Because you can do some tremendous damage. Yeah, it's just a shame how micro-intensive that is sometimes. Right, you need to pull way further back here. They're getting drawn into a bit of a spear conflict. You swing this way. Okay, you need to go after this. They seem to be clustering there a lot more as well. Let's drop an Inspire and some ability buffs here just so we can hold our line. We're doing okay here for now. We want to try and get behind them. We want to try and move you here as well. So that's fine there fighting, but you really just need to get around the back and flank them. You need to be here peppering the enemy opposition. And running after that melee cav is fruitless. So what we want to try and do here, they have a limited number of archers. And we want to try and allow them to basically get no shots off against us. That's what we don't want. They're coming in here now. Alright, make sure you charge into the back of this. Make sure you are trying to skirmish this lighter unit that's in a little bit of disarray. We'll make sure my artillery can get back safe. Yeah, go on, charge after units around the back here. Go over and help. I'm nearly tempted to swing you down the front line and start flanking already. Alright, we're holding them off here well. They're trying to skirmish that out. We're still dealing with those cavalry here on our right flank. The Gauls obviously can't seem to contend with the tactical and military efficiency of Rome. Sit back, relax. We'll try and rain down our skirmishes on them as well. But overall, they're trying to pierce sort of the centre's actually holding quite well. They're trying to hit the left and right flank here. With our second line, we're going to be fine there. They're now further routing there. Continue to run down them as we can. Yeah, it's just these lighter units that come back and forth. They get sort of caught there. Alright, we're still running down their cav. They're drawing us away here now. So let's try and get some hammer and anvil strikes on the Gaulish flank there. And I did command you to flank, but what you've actually gone and done there is not exactly what I want, but we'll be able to make do here. Charge, men, for the eagle, for the glory of Rome. Alright, they're going to now buckle. Okay. Trying to keep a track of what's going on with my cavalry. Alright, pull back here and we'll go for another charge. Alright, you're actually doing alright here, hitting some of the... No, that's heavy infantry now. We must have routed them. And continue to go after those archer variants. Okay, we've freed up a lot of men on this far flank here. So if you can push down in for this, mate, that'll be perfect. Let's throw down another rally and inspire. Maybe even like a war cry or something, to be specific. So let's charge in and try and break the left flank there. Some of them are further. Yep, there we go. I think we're pushing them down. The sun's in their face. Push for the men. Bring them down. There we go. Hacking and slashing. A nice debowment there. And it looks like Rome has nearly smashed this entire left flank here, which is fantastic. Okay, we're reforming with our cavalry here now. Let's even push further back here. Right, archers are doing well there. That serious cry has smashed this entire left flank. The right is still holding. Alright. Push for this. Alright. Go on the offensive, men, now. Give them hell. The left is just really holding out there. Yeah, there we go. Try and charge into that. What's this being drawn out here? Nothing too crazy. Come around those archers. And these guys here as well. Right, we might even be able to get a good cavalry charge here. Alright. Let's throw off our last minor buffs. Try and hit these lighter units flat-footed. Some of these legionaries are getting caught here in the mist. But a good additional charge as reinforcements. Should be able to rout the last of their cavalry there. Alrighty, let's swing down and get into the back of this, boys. Let's have a nice strong charge. Roma Invicta! This should break them up, you'd imagine. Balearic slingers, an incredible investment, along with Cretan archers. You're nearly sometimes better off just getting those mercenary skirmishers, because they're so good. Their accuracy and missile efficiency is nearly better than the Roman marksmen. Alright, and we're running down them. Good, we have victory. Let's continue. We want to quickly pause, and we want to run down as many goals as we can. So try and pick a retreating force. I know it's kind of hard to see exactly what's what, but we've defeated Vercingetorix on the field of battle here today. Phew! I am curious to see the casualties sustained and casualties inflicted. Caesar's now pushing and moving out. Alright, so ballista-wise, we only managed to get halfway through our ammunition. Maybe it's more so we were able to get more shots off on the heavily plated armor, Marsali and Hoplites, more so than the Gauls, due to their essentially ambush buff they had. At the end of the day, they're fighting in their own country, and we didn't have much line of sight. And I don't know if the terrain there was just there's little like pockets of fog. I guess it's fog. It might be a little hot spring actually under there. Still mist, and we can't see jack shit. Regardless of what sort of event it is, I guess. Alright. Outnumbered by 3,000. We managed to catch Vercingetorix in the field. He's potentially going to push back to a city now. I'm curious to see how many armies the Gauls have. Because in DEI you have to allow for logistics and movement, so you do burn a lot of turns just through to just movement. So we're about 50 turns into the campaign now, and I wonder how strong the Gauls truly are. They've got 4 regions. We currently have, what, 9, I would say. Anyway, decisive victory. Let's end it there. So we deployed 7,216. Wow, we lost 1,801. Okay, that's an interesting stat. I quite like that, because when we fought Massalia, they had it was 5,500. It was a 10,000 man battle. So with an additional 2,000.2k troops, we actually lost 1.2k less. Wow, okay. Alright, so Vercingetorix deployed 10,000, and we managed to slay 7,000 of his Gauls on the field of battle. Looking at the casualties sustained and casualties inflicted, my cavalry did well, 202, 227. It can be a little bit deceiving because we did manage to run them down. We really want to see how well our veteran legionaries and Marian Reform legionaries did. So they did really well. 313, 221. Yeah, Ballista should be doing a lot better than that. They only got 98, while, yeah, the Giant Ballista, while the Scorpions got 144. Archers did really well, 198, compared to the Balearic Slingers. They only got 239. Looking at the Gauls, their heavy units did quite well. Some skirmishers did catch some of our legionaries with javelins on the flanks, but mostly their lighter, ill-equipped pantyhose units, baggy pants, didn't do very well whatsoever. Okay guys, welcome to the campaign map. So unfortunately, by the skin of his teeth, it looks like Vercingetorix actually got away, but we did manage to decimate his army, and we didn't lose any of our entire units there. We're going to kill the captive straight up, and he's fled further back. This is alright, because it allows Mark Antony to potentially push to Nemausus there. Okay, let's run down Vercingetorix, the dog, with his tail between his legs. Okay, we kind of don't want to get drawn into, yeah, a little bit too much there, so we'll push you here. We really want to go after Vercingetorix, that's the main thing. So we'll go after this smaller army here just to draw him in. That has now fled further back. Caesar does have the movement on the Gaulish king, so maybe we have to send him in there. Yeah, there he is. Vercingetorix with 1,500 men is going to be slain on the field of battle here today. He is hoping. Maybe just sort of mortally wounded. There we go. Vercingetorix. Even though he's dead right in front of you, where he probably should be, realistically, he has set a massive blow to the Gaulish cause. So they've got Alesia, Vesontio. Oh, they've actually taken it back there. Alright, I'm just curious to see where their armies are where the crow flies. Yes, they've got 2 full stacks and even a smaller one further back here. Okay, so what we're going to have to try and do is we're probably going to have to send Mark Antony further north to siege out Nemausus. Yeah, and we can't move. We're nearly better to push maybe even further back. We can cross the river there. Look, you know what? Let's go to the river crossing here. Yeah, let's hold that there. Okay, let's end the turn and continue. We'll see how the Gauls react. Oh yeah, they're actually trying to push us there. Alright, that's fair enough. We shall retreat further back. And Caesar can fall further back as well. Ah, damn. They've pushed us here. Look, you know what? With this river crossing... Yeah, if we go with a protective stance, it's actually better than balanced. 3,232 with Secundus. I think he'll be alright. What's coming out? Actually, ask me. Only 2 1-star commanders. Remnants of Vercingetorix's army. And then a newly formed one closer north to Brabract. So let's go with a protective stance here. Let's hold the river crossing for Caesar's retreat. A close victory. We only lost 1 unit of cavalry, but we managed to kill 2,600 Gauls. Let's kill the captives. And it's even probably stopped that full stack from pushing. Yep, we've held the river crossing there well. Good. We can push back to Nemosos. It's like, do you want to say it Nemosis or Nemosis? I think that's what I would say. Right, we want to try and take the city as a staging ground, so then we can push continually further north. Looking at the Gauls, yeah, so it's slightly even, supposedly. Oh well, Mark Antony now is going to siege out the city, and he can take it quite easily with Caesar's reinforcements. Alright, so let's push you further back to the city, along with you as well. So, let's take this for the glory of Rome. Who's inside? No one major. 4,450 in the garrison. And now we've taken this city from the Gauls. Right, and then we're going to use this as a staging ground, like I said. We've dealt a massive blow to the Gauls. Let's occupy the city straight up now. We've killed 7,000 there, 4,000 there, and we've killed another. So we've killed nearly 20,000 within a couple of turns. That's staggering for the Gaulish cause. Alright, so we'll hold here, and we'll probably... The Pictons, okay. We'll just hold here for now. Alrighty, so guys, unfortunately it's time to end the video here. Thanks for watching the defeat of Vercingetorix. I'm sure he'll come back, and we'll have to deal with more Gauls towards Alesia, Bract, Vercingetorix. But I guess only time will tell. Ooh, enemies at the gates. On the border here. The Swabia further to the right-hand side there. Alright, cool. Unfortunately, guys, it is time to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Let me know in the comment section down below your feedback for the series. And if you'd like to see more, that's the best way to ensure more content. Leave a dislike if you're not enjoying the series. Check out my social media links if you want to stay connected with me. Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, all in the description below. Highly recommend Twitter. Every single time I post a video, a tweet goes out. It's much more reliable than the YouTube sub box. These days, to get all the notifications for the channel, you have to click the bell, of course, to join the notifications squad. I do enjoy reading those comments. Patreon and merchandise link in the description below, along with the Steam group. Come and join the community on Steam. And on that note, unfortunately, I have to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching once again. Make sure to take care of yourselves. Go out and have a fantastic rest of your day. My name has been Simpzy. Goodbye.